So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is an impromptu Sunday stream for ustream.tv and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. I'm going to be working in Summer Nights, and I have started a page in Peerless, but I'm rearranged my little book of watercolours and I haven't got the Peerless handy. So I'm going to be working with my number one Derwent water brush because it's the driest that I have. I will be drying it on a baby wipe, and although I'm getting rid of my baby wipes, I got some face wipes which react in the very similar way. So are you using just a barely damp wipe of some sort? So the next page, because my New Year's resolution was to kind of do pet colour books in numerical order, instead of picking the best ones out and neglecting the others, I have to do everyone, even though I'm not probably as happy with it as I would have chosen. So I've got my book of watercolours, and they're in my huge book, and I think it's actually a bit too big. So I'm going to probably rearrange that back again. But I'm using probably the Derwent watercolour pencils that have been scratched in little squares. I kind of like that way of working, and it's easy, and it suits the mood that you're in. If you want to do something fairly quickly, you want it to be fairly well done. And I've recreated a little bit of a shadow, guys, so sorry about that. There is a bit of a shadow, so I'll try and work the other way. If I can get rid of a shadow, I will try. I've created another one with the camera. I thought it was a good idea to move the camera, but perhaps I'll see if I can work this way. So we've got kind of a clock face, and although that should be gold, I think they'll look like pearls, but we'll have a think. I'm going to start at the top here with the flowers. And so this is a live show, so thanks for joining me, guys. Hope everybody's okay. I've just rejiggle this, I think. Right, so we've got kind of a little floral going on with some leaves, and for some reason I do like the small leaves, and I love the olive colour in the Derwent watercolour pencils. So I'm using the scratch colour here, just picking up a bit of colour, not too much, and hopefully we should have enough. I'm just going to put a little bit on each one, actually, because it looks quite strong, that. And as we go higher, it's getting lighter. And of course that would happen anyway. So there's no reason to think that these will melt, because you could scratch colour with the pencil, but if you've got a little bit of arthritis and sometimes you don't want to use pencil, you can colour all day with this method, and you can see that bit of pencil kind of dried out. Now this is the Summer Nights by Hanna Karzons, so it's a little bit stronger paper than normal. Normally you wouldn't want to go back over it again like I have, but actually it's worked out quite well. So I'll zoom in a little bit and we can see maybe a bit more detail. So a bit of colour. And this is working a little bit wetter than normal, but it's a way to colour it, and it's just very simple, easy and quick. and it's not very messy. And again, even though you've got a watercolour brush, you've no pot of water. I just like this way of colouring, and I've got kind of a very soft effect up there, and then I might just pick cedar green to just kind of do that centre and do that centre. And I do have a little bit of a crinkle on that one because I smudged it. I went back over it, and I don't normally do that because you get that lovely effect, whereas if you go over it you lose that lovely freshness. So sometimes I kind of like to leave it like that. I'm just going to go over that centre one here, and there should be enough on the brush to just do that. And most colour book pages will just about take that small amount of dampness. Now this Derwent number 1 watercolour brush is the driest you'll find, but if you notice I'm activating the end and not activating the bit where the water is. So if you kind of manipulate this bit, you get more water, so of course I want less. And then when you clean the brush, you've got a little dot, so that's all you're wasting. So as a tight Yorkshire lass, I kind of like that. So I'm going to go back into the olive and finish this one. Now a bit later or tomorrow you could go back in here and put some shadow in if you wanted, but sometimes I like pages that don't take 3 or 4 days. I kind of like that sometimes. And this is a really easy way to work. All the bounce is in that brush, and you can colour like this for hours at a time. And you can't really say that sometimes about others. I'm just going to see if I can focus that up a little bit. So it looks a little bit. That's better. It's just that little bit. So I've got a flower here. Let me have a look at the flower. I can just. Again, flipping the colours on the pages inspires me to use different colours. I love Geranium Lake, and I actually have it on 2 different pages. So I think I'm going to, let me just pop that down there. And go back for a little bit more. Now we're not going to get a watercolour effect really, because this brush is not a rigger and it's a bit too damp and it's picking up a fair amount of colour. So we're going to go for kind of flat colours today. So there's no watercolour effect. It's the wrong type of brush, and it's I just put that one on there. Sometimes you have enough colour. And then we've got one over here. So it has got paler, so it's different colour, but we haven't got a watercolour effect. We could have if we had a larger size. But again, this brush is a bit wet, so we've got to be a little bit careful. So I think we're going to put that bit there. But what you can do is work in different places. So when you go back, you've got a difference. So we pick a colour up, so we do the middle first, then we do the 2 bottom side ones, and then by the time we get to the top we've got a lovely lighter version of the same colour. And again, just clean the brush. So now I need a different green. Mineral green is always quite nice for leaves. So we've got a little bit here. This is just a really nice, gentle way to work. You can do this any way you want. I do this at hospital quite a lot because there's no water pot. There's not a lot of water. There's nothing to spill. There's no pencils to rattle. There's no noise, which is important if you're anyway. And this is kind of what I did when my husband was having his stroke. I used it to chill, and it actually worked really well. So it is a really nice, quiet way. Now my hands are brilliant today, so I'm going over the line a bit, so could possibly be a little bit better than mine, but you get some really soft colours when really that mineral green is quite dark. Oh, and I've missed one down there. I think we can put to this side so we can clean that if we want. Move to this one now. Oh, before we do that, we'll just do the centres. We'll have a poppy. And I've accidentally gone onto my ink tense, but luckily that doesn't matter. I've got Madder Carmine, which is very similar actually, so I think I'm going to go for Pale Vermilion. It's a bit stronger. And I do have a little bit of orangey red on there, so I'm just going to go down to this one. And again, you can see that sometimes, you know, why would I want to waste this lovely colour? See if we can find it somewhere else. And it's on this flower down here. So, and again, I'll probably forget what colour I used by the time I get down here, so at least now I know I'm not going to forget because I've already done it. And I probably should have done the geranium pink as well. So, I'll go back for my geranium lake. Just not sure I can get under there. And apologies, I've just moved the position of the camera, so everything's a bit squished. So you can pop that one into there. And we've got some more of those leaves. I need to clean the brush. Go back to green. And here's mineral green, I think. And because some of the patterns are slightly different, I don't have to think about that. And the cedar green would be this one. And then we had olive, all the leaves, so thanks guys for stopping by. This I think it's been quite a nice sunny day, but I've been on bunny watch today, so it's definitely miserable over, shall we say. It's almost tea time, and it's definitely clouding over. And again, even though I'm using pure colour from the paper palette, I've got some variation, and so that's always nice. I think I'll probably work upside down, it might be easier. Geranium Lake again. So do that middle. And again, just moving into a different pattern space creates a different colours. I think I'll have those differently. We do need the cedar green again, not the cedar green, the mineral green. Remember, with water brushes, the more you activate the middle, the more water you get, so you've got to judge, can you get all the leaves out before we have some of these leaves on this one. Oh, is it time for the bunnies? Thanks guys, I'm on bunny watch today. I'm on bunny watch. One of the bunnies had her operation 2 days ago, so she's decided she wants to pull the stitches out, which is a bit naughty. Just got to keep an eye on her. Oh, we've got some more geranium. Geranium lake. The other thing about this is you don't use a lot of paint either, so again that's quite nice. I'm all for not using so much paint. So you wouldn't think that's the same colour, but it is, because you're just using it diluted. So it's exactly the same paint. By the time it gets there, it looks like it's a paler colour. And I just found some more olives. So if you've got any comments, pop them in the links below. Please like and subscribe if you've got any ideas for the same page or the same book, or you colour in the same way. Just found another one there. And we've got some more curls. As you can see, these gorgeous watercolours just melt. I'm going to go find some more here now. And it's looking a little bit I've got some curls. I'll do these curls here using Mineral Green 45. I like this Mineral Green one. It's a kind of a bright green leaf colour rather than a kind of a muted dark. Just trying to think. That would be that. That would be there. And sometimes you've just got to stop and have a bit of a think about these curls. So we've can do with a bit of a peachy colour. Oh, I forgot the bunnies, guys. Yeah, I just finished this very quickly and then we'll do the bunnies. I've got some little yellow flowers, I think, here. And you can see it's fairly quick, but it's still quite nice to produce a nice, I think I want a peach colour. Pale vermilion looks quite nice. I'll move that down slightly. And I've got to go see the bunny, make sure she's not pulling her stitches out. I think I might just have a bit of Madder Carmine in that one. And I'm just seeing one that I've missed. So thanks guys for being on Bunny Watch. Been on Bunny Watch all day. I think that's okay for that. I've got a tiny bit of colour on here that I can do to get rid of. I'll zoom out and then contain it the right way up and see what it looks like. So it hasn't taken long, and here we are the right way up. So we've got some quite nice effects. I've just got the stems to do on the longer flowers, the pink flowers, and the watch. But really pretty colours. Very simple to do. Half the page, half an hour. You know, that's really good, is that? That's really good. And I really, it's all dried. The paintbrush is clean. I've wasted that much colour, which is next to nothing. The water is still clean because it's in the barrel. I've used fairly a little dot of colour. So I really like this way of working. Oh, sorry, I've got to flash out now. Sorry, guys. Don't know which one it is. It's possibly that one. Possibly that one. Possibly that one. Oh, sorry, guys, about the flash out. So, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching.